Hey everybody, this is David Campbell, sports manager at cleveland.com, and I'm here with Kay Cabot from our Browns staff. She's going to do another edition of Hey Mary Kay. Is you ready to get at it?
I am.
All right, we got some questions from all parts of the Midwest here. First one is from Frank. He lives in Warren, Ohio. He wants to know, with all the players really liking Tyrod Taylor as their leader and quarterback, do you see them ever having Baker Mayfield sit a second year if Tyrod Taylor gives the Browns a winning record in 2018?
Well, you know what? That's a tricky situation because Tyrod Taylor is in the final year of a contract that pays him $16 million this year. And I really think that they will want to turn the team over to Baker Mayfield next year. Obviously, you don't pick a guy number 1 overall if you don't want him to be your starter. So I really don't see a scenario in which Tyrod Taylor comes back again next year because they would have to re-sign him. And if he has an opportunity to go somewhere else and start, I think he would want to take that chance.
All right. Next question, Jared Hayes, who lives in Glendale, Arizona. He says, with bringing in Hyde, Chubb, and the re-signing of Duke Johnson, do you think the Browns should have some packages with a two-back set? I think they would make for a real mismatch coming out of the backfield.
You know, I definitely think they will have some two-back sets, especially because these guys are versatile. You can have Duke Johnson on the field at the same time as you have one of those other guys, and he can be either split out wide, he can be in the slot, and do different things like that. Or you can put them in some type of a two-back set. And who knows, there might even be times when you have all 3 of these guys on the football field. So they can mix and match them.
Well, we'll see. They're always saying they're going to get Duke the ball. We'll see if this year finally happens. So, all right, next question is from Paul, and he lives in Erie, Pennsylvania. He says, is there any scenario that you think Tyrod Taylor would be back next year? You just kind of answered that. Would making the playoffs save him, or will he have the same fate as he did with Buffalo last year?
Well, you know, once again, that is a very tricky situation because of Tyrod's contract, as we discussed, but you know, what if he does take them to the playoffs? It does set up an interesting thing, but hey, look, it's happened in other places around the league. I mean, you had other guys that did that. You had Alex Smith, and he still got traded. So I really do think that no matter what happens, they drafted Baker Mayfield to be the future of this franchise, and he will be the man.
All right, and here's our last one. It's from Aaron Williams. I think he lives in Clay, West Virginia. It says, what do you see as being the weakest areas for the Browns on both sides of the ball?
That's a good question. It's a little bit of a tough question. I think right now I would say on the offensive side of the ball, I'm going to say left tackle. They're going from Joe Thomas, obviously one of the best in the business and a future first ballot Hall of Famer at that position, to they really don't know who their left tackle is right now. Sean Coleman is first up for the job, but they have all kinds of other possibilities in case that doesn't work out. So that's where I would go on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, you know, they really have done, I think they've done a great job of fortifying almost every single position on this team. I really don't see one position where I look at it and say, oh my goodness, they just don't have anybody there. So they've added a ton of depth on defense. I don't see the weakness. The other place that I do see a weakness, however, is on special teams. I mean, they really just don't seem to have their act together yet on special teams in terms of their returners, kickers, you name it. That has to get better this year.
Probably see some new names jumping into some of those roles compared to what we've seen in the past. So.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thanks for this. Training camp's coming up fast. If you want to hit Mary Kay with a question before things really get going, you can go to cleveland.com/Browns and go down the right rail. You'll see a Hey Mary Kay section there. You can ask her some questions, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching Hey Mary Kay.